This week, the student I talked to at Carson Elementary was named Xenia, and while we were outside having snack time, I asked her I said, today in class I was watching Dora the Explorer. Have you ever seen Dora the Explorer? And she was like, I can't believe you're watching Dora in class. What she said actually was that she used to like Dora, but she goes, it's boring now, I'm too old for it now. Which I thought was really interesting. I guess it does make sense if Dora is aimed at children who are preschool, like 4 to 6 years old. Um, she's 7 though, so I thought she might still have interest in it, but she didn't. And I think maybe that's because she's moving from the pre-operational stage to the concrete operational stage, and so she's more capable of semi-logical thought and doesn't necessarily think that it's real when Dora's asking her, can you see the dragon? Maybe she doesn't relate to that as much anymore. But she said, she brought up Baby Einsteins as well, and kind of related Dora to that, and she said, my brother watches Baby Einsteins, and that's for babies too. I don't watch Dora anymore. So clearly she used to like her, but it feels she's kind of past that stage now. I think also maybe a big part of that is I didn't get the impression she watched much TV. I asked her what she liked to do for fun, and she said that she spent a lot of time with her mom, hanging out, and I have met her mom quite a few times because her mother is one of the mothers that will come early and then watch her play or play with her before taking her home. So I feel like maybe because she has a little bit of a more involved mother, she is not spending so much time in front of the television and maybe finds that a little bit less appealing than some other children would. So after I spent some time with Xenia, I went to Target to look for Dora the Explorer toys, and I was actually shocked at how many I found. But the two I selected to talk about that I felt were the most interesting, I picked one that I felt like was a good representation of Dora and one that I felt like wasn't. Actually a toy kitchen for little girls that had Dora all over it, which I thought was really interesting, especially considering what Mariana said about how Dora is into the adventure. She's not a princess, she's not like your stereotypical girl that sits around and does nothing. She goes on adventures and she achieves all these things with her friends. So I just feel like the kitchen is a really, really poor representation of what Dora is supposed to stand for, because Dora is supposed to kind of get away from those traditional ideas for girls that they're supposed to be at home or not doing things. It's supposed to empower girls. So I just felt like the kitchen was, it really bothered me that the Dora image was all over that. I just felt like it was not a good message to young girls. And the one I felt like was a good representation of Dora was, there was a bunch of Dora toothpaste. And I know that's a very common one for cartoons, but I just thought it might be effective in helping parents get their kids to brush their teeth if maybe the kids can be part of picking out the toothpaste. Oh, I want this Dora one, and then they come home and they're excited to use it. So kind of encouraging them to do that. I know that when I was little, if I had, a Dora Band-Aid or something, then that made it a lot more exciting for me. So I feel like that can be an effective parenting tool. So overall, I can see how Dora might be on some things that are not appropriate, but also I think Dora is on some things that are beneficial, because school supplies as well is a good one. Kids might be more excited to use their books and pencils and erasers if they're Dora rather than just normal. So overall, I thought that I definitely learned a lot from Mariana, and also just investigating Dora myself was really a great experience.